The following is a presentation of the Eagles Sports Network.
Carson-Newman Volleyball gets ready to kick off its season with the Trevecca tournament with Coach Ashley Tiernan. I'm Michael Watchering here for the Eagles Sports Network. Coach, what has preseason preparation been like for your group getting ready for the year?
It has been very intense, very interesting. Every day is a dogfight and competition in practice, so we're just so excited to finally get on the road and go play somebody other than ourselves.
2 years ago, you had the COVID season, so you played in the spring. So last year, there were a lot of players that had played a bunch in the spring and perhaps maybe not the most natural preparation to the season, but you got a lot of players coming back this year. What's the continuity been like with your group as you get ready for the year?
Yeah, we have a lot of returners from last year, a couple key pieces that we're just filling in spots and trying to figure out who's really going to stand out for us in certain positions, and it's just been really fun to see the competitive nature of all of our athletes, and we have a lot of depth in every position, and it's really just going to be a day-to-day thing with some of our athletes with who gets to play and who doesn't and who's going to stand out and who's not. So we're just really looking forward to it.
Last year, for all intents and purposes, probably one game decided whether or not you made the NCAA tournament or not. What's the motivation level like with this team to ensure that you get over that hump comfortably?
Yeah, it's there, and it's a conversation that happens almost on the daily basis between a couple athletes and coaches. A lot of drills we get into, we make sure that we mention that we're seeded 5th right now for a reason in our conference, and we don't want to be there. We want to be higher. So it's there, and the drive is there, and the passion is there, and these girls are so hungry to get better that it's amazing. When
you look at this weekend with the 4 matches, what sticks out to you in terms of the competition?
We know Friday's going to be a tough day. Saturday's going to be, it's not going to be a walk in the park. It's going to be a tough day as well. So our biggest, goal for this weekend is to get in a rhythm and find who our core people are going to be and figure out, what pieces we need to put to the puzzle and where that's going to take us.
You talk about that last season. You had to move a couple players from their unnatural positions to different slots. This year, it looks like you have the depth to be able to maybe have those players go back. What's it going to take for those players to solidify those roles you're talking about?
We're still moving people around. But that's the beauty of our team. We're so good and versatile in every single position that we can move outsides to right side. We can move right sides to middle. We can move some middles to right side if we need a big block over there, depending on what our opponent looks like. So we're really just training volleyball players these days, and wherever they find their fit, they're going to find it. And so they're just competing and figuring out where they want to fit into. So we're still moving people around.
You mentioned getting that rhythm. Well, we talked about it a month or so ago when the schedule came out. A lot of games on the road to begin this season. Yes. With that in mind, how important is it to find that rhythm of your team, being away from home, understanding how to prepare for a match, and being ready to go from point one rather than being forced into easing into the match?
Yeah, we're kind of excited to be on the road quite a bit so that we can find that rhythm before we're home. But we're going to travel and bond together quite a bit before we're really at home and get to showcase in front of our home fans. And so that rhythm's, I think, going to fall into place pretty quickly.
What questions need to be answered for your group this weekend? Because Tusculum's looming next week in the start of conference play.
Yeah, a lot. There's a lot of questions that Coach Cat and I have, and there's a lot of questions that our athletes have, and the discipline has to be there. And so a lot of the questions are going to be, what does my discipline look like today? Is it on point or is it not? So we're going to figure those things out.
Coach, really appreciate the time. Best luck this weekend.
Thank you.
She's Coach Ashley Tiernan. I'm Michael Watchering here for the Eagles Sports Network.